Hello folks, you're probably wondering what this is. Well, this is sort of a status update on the channel. Right now I'm on a bit of a vacation over by the Danube Delta. I'm gonna be here for a couple of days resting and hopefully coming up with some ideas of how to do shows in very limited time with, well, ever decreasing ability to do so. Working two jobs sort of doesn't really lend itself well to making videos at all, so there's that. Thankfully I do have a couple of days free after my current vacation thing in the ever so nice Danube Delta, so I'm gonna try and make that video about Space Empires 4. Hopefully quite soon, maybe by the time, like a day or two after you see this video, because I can actually upload this when I'm making it. You will see it quite soon, hopefully. But since I'm here, I'm going to try to address a couple of issues regarding the channel. Firstly, the Patreon. If you're a subscriber on our Patreon channel, if you're a patron of ours, I'm suggesting maybe not being one, since you've seen that we're making content very sporadically, rarely, so your money isn't really being well spent. We just don't have the time, and it's not nice of us to ask you for money for content we're not making. So if you're gonna cancel your Patreon, that's okay. There's a bunch of you still on there. I'm thankful, like, don't get me wrong, I'm glad you're there. It's gonna make, hopefully, the upgrade to a better PC one day a bit easier to do. I was hoping to already have it. Turns out air conditioning and heating a home is expensive, even with two jobs. But it'll probably come along at some time in the future and maybe allow me to create some videos that are, well, I wouldn't say better, but faster to make, since, you know, the editing and encoding will take like a fraction of the time on a Ryzen 7, which is something I hope to one day own. Now, if you're gonna stick to the Patreon, then this is how it's gonna be. We're gonna have shows that are kind of rare, like maybe one a month, if we're lucky. Like, if we're really lucky, and I'm really lazy on one of my two other jobs. Speaking of one or two other jobs, it may end somewhere around January of next year, and if it does, then I'm gonna have some more time to make videos for the channel. Now, if that does happen, then I'm maybe not gonna make exactly the same kind of videos that I've been making so far. One thing I've really been meaning to get into is, well, finishing a goddamn video game. I mean, making one. I've started a couple in the past. You've seen some. They were basically garbage, hot garbage, I would say. But I kind of still want to make one someday, and maybe documenting the development of one would be, well, I tried that once in Romanian. I sort of died while making it, so I didn't actually get to finish it. Maybe I will finish it. Maybe make an English version of it as well, who knows? But I'm gonna try to make some kind of, you know, more interesting shows. Well, we actually, there was a plan to make a very interesting show with Steven from the channel Steven Nonsense. Go subscribe to Steven. He makes content on a weekly basis about video games and pop culture stuff and movies and things. And we had a plan to make a sort of connection style. If you haven't seen James Burke's Connections, or the other one, he made 4 or 5 different documentary series that were all excellent, all superb. They had that amazing way of connecting events to each other. Like, they were connected. Like, you would start from one event that seemed, well, no, not all that important, and then go to another one, and another one, and another one. They were all linked together, and they were amazingly shot, amazingly edited. They were superb. They were amazing. We were hoping to achieve something that's a bit of a crappier version of that, relating to video games. We haven't managed to do so, since making even a crappy version of that would have taken a lot of time, which we don't really, well, I don't have. Steven is also in college and he has his own projects, and, well, I couldn't put all the burden of the work on him. I'm kind of looking more at the screen than on the lens, because I want to see if I'm in focus. Also, I think the background may be a bit bright. Also, there's a lot of boats. But anyway, if things go right, and I think I just spit on the camera, I may get back to more regular videos, some form of videos in January. It all depends on how well things work out with with not needing job number 2. Because if I can get away with not needing job number 2, oh, it'd be so amazing. I could only work 8 hours a day and spend the rest making videos or stuff. Currently, I pretty much come home from work, play maybe some Rainbow Six Siege for a round or 2 or some Overwatch deathmatch, and then go to the other work and be depressed because I'm back to writing clickbait. You know, the thing with clickbait is people complain about it. I complain about it. I don't like it, but people will not read anything else. It's depressing. Unless you put a title that's "Zombie Hitler has been found," people are not going to click on it. If you give them all the information they need in the title, if the title is not in any way inflammatory, if it's super informative, they'll not click on it. Ever. And then, if you do make one of those bullshit titles up, they will click on it, and a part of them will say, "Hey, that's clickbait," but they'll still click on it. So it's kind of horrible. Now I'm looking a bit in the distance because there's a superb view with the sunset and some birds flying over. Well, it's not exactly sunset, it's still a couple of hours sunset, but it's really pretty here. Man, I wish I could move here. But it's expensive. Also, we don't have internet. Yeah, not really that much in the way of modern conveniences like doctors or stuff around here. But still, it's nice. It's very, very nice. It's a superb place to be. Like, I'm gonna get out of the way a bit so you can see the Danube and all stuff. I would have stood a bit further back, but I'm not sure if the microphone is picking up things correctly with all the bows around. So the closer I am to the camera, the easier I am to hear. So, well, that'll be sort of it for this short little update. The channel is sort of gonna limp, horribly limp, mangled appendages limping for a while. If you're gonna abandon us, that's cool, no worries. It's understandable. I would have done it myself. Kinda did. I mean, I really should try and post more videos, make more videos. Who knows? I'm gonna try. Not saying I'll succeed. I rarely succeed at things I do, apart from getting that cat to ignore me, standing right over there. Nah, never mind. So, see you all with the next proper video, I guess, which will probably be the Space Empires 4 history. Initially, I was thinking of actually trying to find the developer of the game. It's made primarily by one person. He made the first, I believe, 2 or 3 games on his own, and then made a studio. And for the 4th one, he had like 3 people. And it was Space Empires 4 was one of the games I really, really enjoyed back when I couldn't afford games and only had the demo of Space Empires 4 to enjoy. You had a 100 turn limit. You could replay it endlessly. Start out in Gredok with the Rocken. No, not the Rocken. The something rock related. They were a silical or yeah, something of a silical based life form. It was fun times. Also, the AI in that game was kind of horrible. Really, really did not gel with what was supposed to be actually happening. For example, you had one faction that was in the lore of that faction, an enemy of the other faction, and routinely they will both ally themselves against you for no reason. They had the master magic habit of, "Oh, hello there, neighbor. Nice weather today. I'm gonna kill you in your sleep. Oh, by the way, here's a free spell. Still gonna kill you in your sleep." That's how diplomacy usually works in some Forex games. Hey, who knows? We'll see. I keep saying who knows. I know! Well, actually I do know. So I'm gonna see you again with the Space Empires 4 video. Hopefully if you've already seen the podcast, which me and Steven made about Diablo 2. If not, Raul uploaded it. I messaged you about it. So hopefully you have already. And trying to think, what other things can I make after the Space Empires 4 video? Because I do have a couple of days free after I get home and I'm on the computer. So, what should it be about? You could vote for it. If you're still here, write in the comments what kind of video you'd like me to do in the time I have left on this earth. I mean, on vacation. If it's something that's doable and it's interesting to you and I can get the game, I'm gonna try it. See what happens. If not, well, we'll see. Goodbye, everybody. Enjoy the view. And I think that's a cow.